Hello everyone, welcome to Social Online class of 9th standard. Today I am going to explain you a sociology lesson named by family. In this chapter you are going to learn meaning of family, characteristics of family, types of family and characteristics of joint family. So family means I think means all of us having a family and we live in family. So family, man has formed many social institutions to fulfill his basic needs. To fulfill our basic needs, man has formed the social institution. It is known as a family. Among these institutions, family is the most important one. Though family is a small institution, it is the basic institution of the society. So it is a very small unit in the society, but it is the basic. Without family, no society will be formed. And all the activities of the society are conducted on the basis of the family. So what all the activities are there in the society? So family will be the main base. And the members of the family are the members of the social institutions also. By understanding the meaning and characteristics of the family, we can comprehend the meaning of it. So let me understand the meaning and characteristic of the family. The word family is derived from the Latin word famulus, which means to serve. So the family is a word which has taken from the Latin word famulus. The meaning of famulus is to serve. By this, we can come to know that there were also other members along with father and mother, children in ancient families. So along with the parents, we can see in the ancient type or in the ancient families, other members also were living in the family. Today, the other members are not the family members, but in modern days, the other members who are there in the ancient families, they are not the members of the family. Now families which have no children but have only the father and mother, and families that have adopted children are also there. So nowadays we can see the families. Family means we all know all together living. Father means parents, children, their grandparents. It is said to be a family. But nowadays what all the types of families we can come to see? Only the parents means father and mother. It also become a family. And father and mother and adopted children will be there. So that also a type of a family. The relationship of the family members is determined by kinship. Kinship means blood relationship. The family includes marriage, kinship or adoption. These members live under in the same house. According to their status, husband, wife, father, mother, son, daughter, brother, sister perform their own role to create culture. So to create culture in a family, the family members, who are those? Husband or wife, father or mother, son and daughter, brother and sister, they will be having their own duties or a role. So family means the living together of husband and wife with children or without children for a long time. So what is so finally how we can define the family means the living together of husband and wife with the children or without children for a long time. It is said to be a family. The main base of a family is the kinship and the emotions related to it. So the main base of the family is a kinship, means blood relationship. The family, apart from nurturing children and procreation, involves itself in the process of socialization of its members. On the family, apart from nurturing children, nurturing means here taking care or to protect children, and procreation involves itself in the process of socialization. Socialization means the activity of mixing socially with other of its members so that they can be part of the larger society. So in family, the children are taught how to So the family, apart from nurturing children, means taking care of the children and procreation. It also involves itself in the process of socialization of its members so that they can be a part of the larger society. So it will teach the family members how to take part in the socialization in the larger society. It means that the family directs the social behavior, dressing, rituals and other issues of its members. So in family only we will learn all these things. So family only will teach us how we must behave in the society. It is known as a social behavior. How we must dress. So dressing also we will learn in the family. And rituals. Rituals means some religious ceremonies. So about the rituals also we will learn, or the family will teach the members along all these matters. Now let we learn the characteristics of family. By understanding the characteristics of family, we can comprehend the importance of family. So what are they? First one, family is universal. Though it varies in accordance to specific geographical nature and time period, the family is found in all societies. So it may be in any time or any geographical area, we can see in all the places we can see the family. So usually the families follow a fixed pattern in issues like marriage, nurturing, kinships and property rights. So each and every families will be having their own pattern or issues in the matter of marriage, nurturing of the children, in the kinships, even in the rights to the property. Generally, the members who belong to a particular family reside in the same place or share the same roof. So family members means they will share the same roof, means all will live in a same home or a one home. And second point is, it is the basic unit for all social activities. Every activities of social institutions start from the family. The political, economical, educational and several other activities of the society begin from the family. So each and every activities will begin from the family. They may be a political or economical or educational or several other activities. So during earlier times, the family was sending its members to participate in the important activities of the local community. So any activities are there in your community means from each family, the family used to send one of the member to participate in the activities. Now due to the increased complexity of the social life, many functions of the family has been assigned to various other social institutions. So nowadays we can see no time, lack of time, and we are busy in other things. Because of that we can see nowadays no one are going and participating in any of the functions. So no functions of the family have been assigned to the various other social institutions. So family functions are being assigned for other social institutions. So this we can see in the nowadays. And third point is continuous responsibility and social accountability. So accountability means public officials. Family teaches its members how to behave and how to discharge the specific responsibility. So we all will learn how we must behave and how we must discharge our responsibility in the family. It trains its children on how to live harmoniously with the neighbors, how we must live friendly with our neighbors. Along with this, it also educates about few social responsibilities. For example, what are social responsibilities means? For example, it educates on how to keep the drinking water sources clean. So this all we learn in the family. Next, fourth point is bringing up and nurturing. The family creates the basic rights and responsibilities with regard to children, and it also protects them. So the children are protected in the family. It creates the way to nurture and bringing up the children and makes them literate. So it not only protect the children, it give the education and they will make it literate. And it is the duty of the family to take care of elders during their old age. So in their, how the family will take, or the parents will take the care of the children, same like that the children will be having the duty to take the elders, to care of the elders in their old age. And fifth point is teaches social behavior. The childhood and adolescence are very important stages in the process of socialization. So adolescence age and the childhood. So the childhood and adolescence are very important stages in the process of socialization. So when we will be children and when we will be in the adolescence age. So that time these are the two important stages of the socialization. A child learns its mother tongue in the family. So first the child will learn its mother tongue in the family. It understands the social life around it through the mastered mother tongue. So what all the social life around the child is going on, it will learn through by the mother tongue. Children develop as per the social situation around the family. So how the situation in the child's family will be there, by seeing that the child will develop. The family teaches the children about the ways of interacting with the elders and the peer group. So the family teaches behaviors like friendship, freedom and security during when it will teach us from childhood, adolescence, adulthood and even in our old age. Next, sixth point is it instructs the tradition. Tradition means the transmission of custom or belief from generation to generation. Tradition is nothing but which we are following from generation to one generation to another generation. Family includes several generations. It introduces the kinship. It outlines the relationship between grandfather, grandmother, father, mother and siblings. It teaches that grandparents make the first generation, the parents form the second generation and the children form the third generation. Like this, it teaches the basics of tradition. So here three generations we can see. Which are there? The relationship will be the grandfather and grandmother, father and mother and siblings. So these again we can divide them into the first generation. Who are they? The parents, grandparents make the first generation, and second generation will be the parents form the second generation and the children will be under the third generation. So like this it teaches the basics of the tradition. What are they? The family of father, mother and children is called the second generation family. The family that includes grandparents, parents and children is called the family of the third generation. A family that has grandparents, parents, children and grandchildren is called the extended family. So the first one, the family of father, mother and children is called the second generation. So in second generation the family of the father, mother and children will come, and then the family of that includes grandparents. So in which family grandparents, parents and their children will be there, they are said to be a third generation. So another family we can see, it is known as an extended family. In this family the grandparents, parents, children and grandchildren will be there. So this type of family is said as extended family. Now we can see how many types of family. There are many specific traditions in families based on their geographical positions and communities. And sociologists and the anthropologists have defined the types of families on the basis of the structure of the family. As it already mentioned, the family is recognized on the basis of generation. For the children who are born into a family of husband and wife, that family becomes the center of their existence. The family that has more generations living together is called a joint family. So, first type of family we are going to learn is joint family. So, these are the types of families with the following nature. So, which are they? First one is family based on kinship. Kinship is blood relationship. So, the families which are based on the kinship. Second is family based on the residence of the spouse. Spouse means husband or a wife. And matrilocal residence means husband goes to live with the wife community. It is said as a matrilocal residence. And next is patrilocal residence means couples settle in the husband's home. So, where the couple settle in the husband home, it is said as a patrilocal residence. And third is on the basis of nature of authority, family is classified as matriarchal and patriarchal family on the basis. So, here matriarchal means mother will be the head of the family, and the patriarchal family means father will be the head of the family. On the basis of ancestry or descent, family is also classified as a matrilineal means relating to mother, and patrilineal family means relating to father. So, let we know about the matriarchal family. In matriarchal family, the right of the property and successorship belongs to the women. So, here women will be the head of the family. The rights of the property passes on from the mother to daughter. So, all of us know we are having a patriarchal family. Why means our father will be the head of the family. Here in the matriarchal family, mother will be the woman will be the head of the family. All rights of the property will goes to mother, and after her it will passes to her daughter. Matriarchy is practiced among some communities in the coastal areas of Karnataka. Now also we can see it is practiced in some of the communities in the coastal areas. It is found among the Nayars of Kerala and among some tribes in northeast. Now also in Kerala, the Nayar community is there. It is following the matriarchal type of family, and in some of the tribes of northeast. In nutshell, matriarchy means mother-centered family system. Rights of the property belongs to the woman, and the hereditary rights passes on to the daughter from the mother. So, here even the hereditary rights also will passes from mother to her daughter. So, this is known as matriarchal family. So, second type of family is patriarchal family. So, in patriarchal family, father is the head of the family. Usually we can see this type of family. The property and other rights are centered around men. In patriarchal family, married women live in the residence of their husband. In this family system, the eldest son has the prominent role in religious ceremony. So, the elder son will be there. He will be given all the prominent about the religious ceremony. The patriarchal families were present in the ancient societies of Greece, Rome, India, and even in China. And they are present now also. So, now also we can see in many of the countries we can see the patriarchal family. Next, third type of family is modern nuclear family. So, here in the picture you can see the nuclear family. So, only parents living along with their children is known as a nuclear family. So, based on the structure and the generations live together, families are divided as nuclear family, joint family and extended family. Family that consists of father, mother and their unmarried children as members is called nuclear family. So what is nuclear family? The family, father, mother and their unmarried children as a members living together is known as a nuclear family. The nuclear families have increased in modern society. Nowadays we can see in cities, especially in cities, we can see only nuclear families. Individually focus on individual achievement, concept of individual happiness, change in value system with regard to right of property, progress in the areas of science and technology, rapid urbanization and democratic values and concept of equality and many other things have contributed to the rise of nuclear families. So why nowadays we can see the nuclear families means only they are concentrated on their own upliftment, means individual happiness or their individuality. Because of this we can see many of the nuclear families nowadays. So the following are the salient features of the nuclear families. What are they? Small in size. So nuclear families will be small in size. Simple social control will be there. More freedom to the members. Why means members will be very less, so freedom will be given more, or they will get the more freedom in the family. And favors modern technology. So every modern technology they will be having, like television or computer or some of the equipments, and complexity will be there. So these are the salient features of the nuclear family. This is about the nuclear family. Now let me see what is joint family. Can you imagine a more than 20 or 25 or 30 people living together in a single roof? It is said as a joint family. You can see in the picture. So all are belonging to a joint family. So grandparents, parents, their children and grandchildren all together live in a joint family. It normally consists of grandfather, grandmother, their children and their grandchildren and great grandchildren, and in some situation the members belong to extended 2 generations. So in joint family we can see the members of the 2 generations living together. They all share food prepared in same kitchen. Only one kitchen will be there and they will share the food which is prepared in the kitchen. The whole family has the same kind of religious ceremonies. Why means they are having they are belong to the kinship because of that. And it generally consists a group of blood relatives. All will be related or all will be a blood relatives. Members of the joint family believe in the same religion and practice. Why means they all belong to the same family and their worship and religious belief are common in nature. So because why means they belong to the same family, because of that we can see the belief and the religion practice will be same. And fifth point is self-sufficient unit. Joint family is a self-sufficient unit. It satisfied all the needs of the family members. So what all the needs of the family members is there, it will be satisfied by in the joint family. And sixth is structure of authority. The senior members of the joint family are entrusted with the authority and responsibility, and the handing over the authority is based on the seniority in the family. So here in the joint family we can see who will be the senior member of the joint family. He will be having the authority or responsibility of the family. After him again he will hand over the authority in based of the seniority in the family. So again after him who will be the senior in the family, he will hand over his authority to him. Now this is the lesson about the family. I think you have understood the lesson. Go on studying.